Oh, first shot, baby. First shot. As soon as we clicked the button, we was live. That's what I'm talking about. That means today. That means today's going to be fire. When we come straight out the gate, right? We come straight out the gate firing. You know today's gonna be fire. Normally I don't even say it till later, but I'm just telling you right now. Go ahead and hit that share button. Just go ahead. Just go ahead and do it right out the gate. Today's gonna be fire. I promise. I promise. I promise. I promise. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? See, there's no excuse for you not pushing yourself to the next level. In order for you to create a new you must have a new mindset. When teams come together, we can create things that are greater than the sum of all of their parts.
Good morning and welcome to hashtag Rise and Grind. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to one, a father to 8, and the creator of what is going to be the #1 most watched morning show in the world. It is 5:30 a.m. and I hope that you are ready to rise and grind.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? Dude, today is Wednesday. That's right. Today is Wednesday, January 13th, 2021. And what's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time it will ever be Wednesday, January 13th, 2021. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most of this absolutely incredible, and I mean incredible day. Listen, I am your host, Glenn Lundy, the host here on hashtag Rise and Grind. I'm also the creator of the hashtag Rise and Grind group on Facebook, where we have over 30,000 active members, and it is the only place on the internet where you're going to get nothing but motivation, education, and inspiration. That is a promise. Also, the creator of Breakfast with Champions over on Clubhouse, where I know currently there's like 300 folks that are joining us over on that side, and ultimately your friend. That's right. I'm your friend, and I'm super excited to spend the morning with you today. Listen, today is a special day for many, many reasons. Today is a special day because Wednesdays are actually, they've been declared by the United States of America as CMA Day. And CMA Day stands for Carter Myers Automotive Group. It's a group of 16 dealerships, I think maybe 17 now, 16 dealerships, I believe, in Virginia that are run by this incredible woman by the name of Liza Myers-Borges. And she just has a team of leaders like Scott Simons, who's one of our moderators over there in Clubhouse right now. And she's just got this incredible team of human beings. And they're just an amazing organization all together as a whole. Now, I know a lot of dealerships, and one of the best dealerships in the country is Dan Cummins Chevrolet in Buick in Paris, Kentucky, ran by Josh Cummins, my mentor, just an amazing, super human. And so maybe we're going to have to name another day after him. But today is CMA Day. That's right, CMA Day on Wednesdays. I love it. It's the day that typically, right now we're on a little bit of a break, but we get to spend a lot of time with our CMA peeps. So I just want to shout them out. I love you, CMA. You guys are incredible human beings. Today is also a very special day because today is my daughter, Willow Marie's 7th birthday. That's right. Willow Marie is 7 years old. And Willow is our incredibly special girl. Like, she is just an incredibly special girl. I can't express it to you any other way. She's super intelligent, right? Like, super intelligent. She's ferocious in every way, in everything that she does. She's got this tremendous contagious passion in everything. Like every move that she makes, she does it with passion. It's something that it's really enviable. Like she has made such a powerful impact in my life. She's just amazing. She really is amazing, amazing, amazing. And so what I thought I would do today is just starting off a little bit different today. What I thought we could do is we could start off with 3 lessons from my 7-year-old, Willow Marie Lundy, this incredibly impactful young lady. Fair enough? Are you guys okay with that? Can we take 3 lessons from a 7-year-old real quick this morning? I mean, we've got Clubhouse. We've been running for the last couple of weeks, and we're getting lessons from millionaires and billionaires and all these incredibly successful people. And it's amazing, man. I can't get enough of it. I haven't been sleeping. I haven't been eating. I don't want to miss any of it. And we jump on here on Facebook, and we come together as a group, and we've all got experiences. But sometimes I think if we could just take a second and learn from the young ones whose minds have yet to be limited, the young ones whose minds have yet to be programmed to think a certain way. Are you okay with that? If you're okay with that, go ahead and drop it in the comments. Say, yeah, Glenn, we can learn from a 7-year-old today, because that's what we're going to do to kick things off. And then we're going to dive into the rest of this series called Goalkeepers that we've been doing this week. So I'm going to give you lesson number 1. I'm going to assume that you're okay with learning lessons from a 7-year-old today. So number 1, the first lesson that I learned from Willow is when it comes to Willow Marie, the answer is yes, unless it's no. Here's what I mean by that. Willow Marie simply does not budge. That's it. If it aligns with her desires, if it aligns with what she wants in her life, if it makes sense, then the answer is yes. Like emphatically yes. Like 110% in yes. Like full on passion, yes. Like I will give you everything I've got, yes. She doesn't do anything halfway. She doesn't do anything at 80%. She doesn't do anything at 95%. Everything's 100% if the answer is yes. Otherwise, it's no. Straight up no. She simply doesn't budge. If it's a no, like no to brushing your teeth right now, for example, or no to going to bed at a specific time, right? If it does not align with what she wants, the answer is no. And I think that is such a powerful lesson. How many times do you say yes to things that don't align with where you're trying to go in your life? And then you put in 50% effort or 40% effort or 60% effort and ultimately end up wasting your time and the time of other people. How many times do you do that? I want you to think about it. How many times do you say yes to things that don't align with your purpose? I'm guessing often. Not my 7-year-old. Straight up. The answer is no. The answer is yes until the answer is no. And I think that's a valuable lesson that we could all learn from my 7-year-old, Miss Willow Marie. The second lesson that I want to learn from Willow, or that we should all learn from Willow, the second lesson is bedtimes, warm clothes, and hot meals. Those are all for sissies. That's it. That's how Willow sees it. Plain and simple. Anything like comfortable, comfort food, comfortable bed, comfortable, any of those things. No, she's out, dude. She's the last one to bed. She's the very last one to bed. She rides her quad out on our 10 acres when it is 20 degrees outside in a t-shirt and bare feet, right? Like she does not care, and she could live off of, if we would let her, she would live off of 100% like pure sugar diet. She would 100% do that. She doesn't care about anything else as far as the comfort stuff. She's not looking for that. She's seeking a ride, man. She's seeking an experience. She's seeking heart pumping adrenaline, like she's living her life to the fullest. every single minute. She's not concerned about long-term consequences. And I understand we're adults and we have to be responsible. I'm totally get that. But what I'm saying is this girl lives life to the fullest. She maxes out every minute. Can you say the same? I think it's a powerful lesson that we can learn from my 7-year-old. This girl has absolutely no fear. No fear. She's not interested in comfort. She will continually push herself. She is full throttle 100% of the time. The third thing that we can learn from Miss Willow Marie, my 7-year-old, on her birthday today, the third thing that we can learn from this young lady is she loves fiercely. I literally have never met anyone in my entire life that has a heart like Willow does. She feels what you feel. She loves people unconditionally. She is extremely affectionate until she's not, of course, right? Remember, the answer is yes until it is no. I absolutely love this young lady, Miss Willow Marie. Today on her 7th birthday, it is such an honor to be her father. And there's absolutely no doubt in my mind that this girl is going to make a massive impact on this planet. And that's really why we're here, right? I believe that we have a born on date and an expiration date. And that little dash that's in the middle, that dash stands for impact. Making a positive impact in other people's lives is not just an ability that you have, but ultimately it is a responsibility of us as human beings. I believe it is the meaning of life. Making an impact on your friends, making an impact on your family members, making an impact on your coworkers, making an impact on people that you don't even know, people that are watching from the sidelines, people that are maybe that are listening in from all over the world, like people are this morning. You never know, right? But making a positive impact in every one of their lives. And in order for us to grow, and in order for us to continue to grow our impact and reach out to more people, in order for us to grow our wealth, for us to be able to make an impact in more people's lives, in order for us to do that, we must ultimately become people of discipline that can set and achieve massive goals. So essentially, we have to become what I call a goalkeeper. And that's what we've been talking about this week. How do you become someone that consistently meets, achieves, and exceeds your goals? You see, becoming a goalkeeper requires that you know and break down certain components. You have to know and break down the who, the what, the where, the when, the why. And ultimately, the how you're going to do it is not necessary. As long as you know the who, the what, the when, the where, the why. My daughter Willow right now, that's all she knows. She knows who she is. She knows what she wants. She knows where it fits in her schedule. She knows when she wants it, which is right now. And she knows her why, and she lives that out passionately. And because of that, she's made such an incredible impact in just 7 years on this planet. And we can learn from that. We can learn to become that person. You can learn to become that person that meets, exceeds, and achieves your goals on a consistent basis. This week, we've been breaking that down, like how to determine the who by simply asking a question, right? Who do you want to be? Asking that question incredibly clearly and taking the time to really figure that out. Who do you want to be? Do you know the answer to that? If you don't know the answer to that question, I suggest you take time. We find time to serve other people. We find time for our hobbies. We find time for work. We find time to invest. We find time to jump on different platforms. We find time to do all of these things, but sometimes we don't take time to just ask that one simple question that ultimately can steer the direction in your life, that ultimately can help you stay on path and on track and continue to make a massive impact. Who do you want to be? The second question we talked about earlier this week is what? What do you want? Once you know who you want to be, what do you want in your world? Like, let's be super clear this. What do you want? Do you want a big fancy house? Do you want a nice car? Do you want to take, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 vacations a year? Do you want a certain amount of money? Like, what do you want? Let's get super clear on that. If you don't know what you want, other people don't know how to help you. Do you realize that? Right now, we've got Breakfast with Champions going on over in the clubhouse where we're giving people a seat at the table, an opportunity to ask questions, engage, interact, and mingle with those that are super successful, that have done incredible things in their lives. But listen, there's no point in sitting at the table if you don't even know what you want. We don't know how to help you. So you have to take the time to get really, really clear. Who do you want to be and what do you want in your life? Then we talked about it earlier this week. Once you know who you are and you know what you want, and you're very clear about that, then we have to figure out where does that fit in your life, right? Because all goals, all the things that you want to achieve, they're going to require effort and energy. So where does that fit? You might have to make some sacrifices. You might have to sleep a little bit less. You might have to not watch so much Netflix. You might have to create space and time to be able to put in the effort and the energy required for you to achieve these things that you want in your life so that you can be the person that you want to be. Makes sense? It's all connected. You have to know the who, the what, the when, the where, the why. You have to know all of those things. The only thing you don't need to know is the how. The universe will help you figure that out when you get the rest straight. So many people are going to the how. I listened to it, especially the last 2 weeks. How do I scale? How do I do this? How do I do that? How do I get to the next level? Well, hold up, dude. Hold up. Let's make sure you've got the foundation first. Which is why I'm such an advocate, man, of taking that first hour in the morning before the world comes at you, before you get under attack. Take that first hour to yourself, to figure it out, to define it, to make it really, really clear. Who do you want to be? What do you want? Where is that going to fit in your life? And then once you have all of those things, you're going to have to know the when and the why. And that's what we're going to dive in a little bit today. But first, before we go too far, you know what we got to do? We got to get the body moving. We got to get the blood pumping. We got to get rocking and rolling this morning. It's a little easier to do if you're watching over on Facebook this morning. We got some music in there. We can do some dancing. If you're out there running, or if you're out there, you're out there in the gym, you're lifting some weights all right now. I want you to put a little more weight on that bar. I want you to run a little bit faster. I want you to pedal a little bit stronger. We got some music in here. You can do some dancing. Dance like nobody's watching. Just get that body in motion this morning. It's so incredibly important. So for those of you that know, and those of you that don't know, this is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. That's right. If you're watching on Facebook, hit that share button. And for those of you over in Clubhouse, push that plus button right now. That's right. Push that plus button. Ping a couple people into the room. We're going to get things rocking and rolling. We're going to have an incredible morning this morning. This is also the part of the show where I say good morning to you and you say good morning to me, whether you're watching live or you're watching on replay or you're watching at 5:30 a.m. Pacific time or you're listening on YouTube or you're over in Clubhouse, wherever you are. Say what's up. I will track you down and I will say what's up back. Good morning, Tisha White. Great to see you. What's up, Samantha Baker? How you doing, Alita Patrick, Mr. Bruce Pulver? James Gavin's up in here. We've also got Rich Pintrick in the house. Angela Heath, Bob Rich, Becky Buckholtz, Tabitha Walls is up in here. Heather Geist, Mr. Richard Bruce, all the way from Uganda. What's up, Suzanne Waugh, Kim Wilson, Pete Daly's up in here. And over here on Clubhouse, my man William, my moderators, Scott, Brian, Gunny, Liza, good morning, Mr. Josh Cummins, Ashley, Calvin, John, Kumal, Stephen, Tanner, Tony, Joshua, Trish, and Ronnie. Great to see all of you this morning. And then we've got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people that are joining us, like Shatalia and Chris Steele. How you doing, Maya Rush and Shane? We've got Star and Lauren and Terso and Sheila and Marcy and Delaney and Junior. Everybody's up in here this morning on hashtag Rise and Grind. I love it. I love it. Hey, listen, check it out. I need to ask you a quick favor, if you would, this morning. My dear friend of mine, mentor of mine, a guy by the name of Grant Cardone. You may know him, you may not. But Mr. Grant Cardone is on a show called Undercover Billionaire, and the second episode is going to be out tonight. And he sent me a message last night. He sent me a message. He said, Glenn, can you do me a huge favor? Can you ask some of your friends if they will go to the Discovery Channel website and leave a positive review for Undercover Billionaire? He said, is there any way you could help me out with that? And I said, Grant, absolutely. I would do anything for you. I will ask my audience. I'm calling in a favor right here. If you would, please find some time today. Go to the Discovery Channel website. He's got the second episode coming out tonight. So he said he needs them today. If you could go on, leave a positive review for Grant Cardone and Undercover Billionaire. And in exchange, he's actually going to be joining us on Clubhouse at 8 o'clock Eastern time this morning. He's going to do a full interview in our Breakfast with Champions Millionaire Breakfast Club room on Clubhouse. So he'll be there at 8. We're going to do a little exchange. We're going to hook him up with some reviews, and he's going to come hook us up with some nuggets and some wisdom today on the show. So if you guys could do that, I would greatly appreciate it. Now, let's dive into the rest of this series on goalkeepers today on Rise and Grind. A goalkeeper. What is a goalkeeper? Listen, a goalkeeper is a champion. A champion that meets and exceeds their goals. A man or a woman who continually strives to become the absolute best version of themselves that they can possibly be. A goalkeeper is a winner. A goalkeeper is a champion. A goalkeeper is one of the greats. And you see, that's you. You see, you have the spirit of a goalkeeper in you. And in 2021, one of my goals is to help invoke that. You see, it is not by accident that you are in the room today. It is not by accident that you're watching Rise and Grind this morning. It's not by accident that you woke up early. It's not by accident that you ended up joining us on Clubhouse or stumbling into the room or connecting with us in the past week. None of it's by accident. You are here for a reason, because there's greatness that exists inside you. And I know you can feel it. I know you can sense it. I know you want to invoke it. I know you have a desire to be the best version of yourself that you can possibly be. I know that you have that. Doesn't matter what background you come from. Doesn't matter how you grew up. None of that matters. It is in you. It is in your DNA. You can't chase it out. It is a part of who you are. And so the only question is, how do we consistently invoke that spirit in you? That's the question. How do we continually invoke that spirit? And I'm going to give you the answer. The answer to invoking that spirit that exists in you on a consistent and regular basis is by telling the right story. So many of us have been told the wrong story by people that have come before us. So many of us have been told the wrong story by ourselves. In our own minds, in our own heads, we tell ourselves that we're small. We tell ourselves that we're limited. We tell ourselves that we're not capable. We tell ourselves that we're not good enough. We tell ourselves the wrong story. But by telling the right story, we can invoke that spirit of a champion out of you. And when it comes to telling the right story, there's 5 parts that you have to know. You have to know the who, the what, the where, the when, and the why. But see, you have to understand we're not just telling any story here. We're talking about your story. I want you to just imagine for just a second, how does your story end? If nothing changes in your life, if you do everything exactly the way you've done it up until this point, how does your story end? You see, time is not infinite. It is with absolute urgency that you must invoke all that is within you. You see, people suggest that you put a time down when it comes to writing your goals. They suggest you put specifically when you want to achieve that goal by, and I agree with that. I believe that you do have to have a date on your goals. You need to have a done by, right? It has to be done by this time. I totally agree with that. It is absolutely important that you have a North Star. Deadlines ultimately produce results. But even with that said, I need you to understand something. Here's the truth of the matter. When it comes to the win in your story, the answer is now. Right now. Now is the time to change your life. Now is the time for you to step into your greatness. Now is the time for you to evolve and continue to evolve into the best version of yourself that you can possibly be. Listen, I need you to throw your ego out the window this morning. Just throw it out. Throw it out. Whatever you believe, whatever you believe about yourself to be true, I want you to throw it out the window because you have so much more to offer. You have so much more to give. You have such an incredible ability to make an impact that exists inside you. We're going to invoke that. I want you to start today. I want you to make one decision at a time to move in the direction that you want to go. I want you to make a decision today that ultimately is going to change the way that your story ends. Maybe you need to go work out today. Maybe you haven't been, you've been talking about it and you're like, well, I'm going to go do it. I'm going to start on the 15th. I'm going to start on a Monday. I can't quite figure it. Just go today. I challenge you. Just start today. Maybe it's one less cigarette for you. Smoke one less cigarette today. Maybe you need to send a message. Maybe there's somebody you need to reach out to, somebody that you've been holding a grudge against, somebody that you missed your relationship with, somebody that hurt you, somebody that you haven't forgiven. I want you to just forgive them today. I just want you to just do it today. Just do it anyway. Whether they were right, whether you were wrong, doesn't matter. Just do it anyway. If you need to read more, start reading today. If you need to listen to more videos, I want you to listen to more videos. Start today. Listen. If you need to encourage your kids or a spouse or someone in your life, do it today. If there's somebody you need to pour into, do it today. Start now with urgency. Listen, it is so incredibly important. It is so incredibly important. Start today. Start moving in that direction with urgency. And listen to me. Listen to me. If you set a date on a calendar, you say, this is the win. I am going to achieve this goal by this date. And if you don't necessarily hit that specific target, I want you to know that that's okay. Just keep going after the target. You see, sometimes we set a goal, and if we don't hit them, we quit. Here's what I want to tell you. Set the goal and keep going till you hit the goal. Josh Cummins and I set a goal of selling 10,000 cars in a year at a tiny little dealership in a tiny little town, population 9,600. And to be honest, we came short of that goal that year. We came just a little bit short. It ended up taking us 55 weeks to hit the goal instead of 52 weeks to hit the goal. Did we hit the target? Heck yeah, we hit the target. It just took us a little bit longer. And you too will hit the target. But you have to start today. You've got to start right now. Time is not infinite for you. So let's move with absolute urgency. Because, see, it matters. It matters that you figure out the who, the what, the where, and the when of your story. And then tomorrow, we'll figure out the why. Listen, my friends, I know that sometimes you might think your place in this world is small and minuscule, but it is not. It is not. Your life has so much value. It matters. You winning matters. You see, you are a child of God, the God of the universe, the God that made everything. And God made you to be the best version of yourself. I'm telling you, man, the best version. And not only did he make you to be the best version of yourself, but he also put the seeds and gave you the tools that you need to ultimately become the best version of yourself. All that exists within you. And when you rise, when you win, when you become a goalkeeper, when you continue to break through, when you do that, it makes a massive impact in other people's lives. It impacts your friends, your family members, your coworkers. It impacts people you don't even know. It's a butterfly effect. You just showing up here today, whether you're on Clubhouse, or you're on Facebook, or you're on YouTube, or you're listening to the podcast, you showing up here today matters. It's all connected, friend. So listen, I'm cheering for you. I am rooting for you. I truly do believe in you. And I absolutely stinking love you. So let's get out there today and make it the absolute best day it can possibly be. Listen, if you need more videos like this, you can go to GlennLundy.com. That's right, you can go to GlennLundy.com. If you want to come hang out with us over on Clubhouse, we're going to hang out, dissect this, talk about these things a little bit more, spend some time together. Grant's going to come in for an interview a little bit later. It's going to be amazing. Come join us over there on Breakfast with Champions. One of my new favorite ways to absolutely start the day. It's super, super, super powerful. But most importantly, I just want you to go out there and get it today, all right? Go out there and get it today, and then come back here again tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. And we're going to do this all over again on hashtag Rise and Grind. Have an incredible day. Love you. See ya.